Morning, Deb Helfrich, hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk, and this is hashtag Occupy CMU. There's the trooper parked on the street. Guess what happened last night? New development. At 2 a.m. in the morning, security came and put up the barricades. That's right. There's the barricades up. Done at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm parked right there. I just don't understand. Again, having called many people, left many messages. Many, not many. Because I'm not trying to create work for the entire university. I'm trying to get someone to help me to get to the person who can give me a permit to film on campus, because I need to figure out how to stay alive. Now, this is mostly financial. There's certainly much work I can be doing right here as a researcher with my incredibly astute life-centric thinking principles. Because this is not life-centric thinking, that there is all this room back in this corner. If somebody wants to stage a philosophical protest that is about ideas, that is about peaceful, playful, profound ways of understanding that the systems and structures and rules of the U.S. of hypocrisy are proceeding just as they ever did. Yet, we've just been through a pandemic. We are understanding how heinous this society has been to humans with black skin. We are understanding that people who are non-binary are finally speaking up for their humanness. We are working as a species, those of us who see the future, to stop dehumanization at all costs. Now, I went to this university. I paid my dues, all of them, loans, work study, everything. And I was not in a physical state to be able to enjoy the university. This is part and parcel of what I've solved and why I believe I have a unifying theory of human energy, potential, and well-being. I'm not here just trying to get a freeload in any way, shape, or form. I'm here because there is something really crucial I have to share: the philosophical hypothesis of bioelectricity. We need to think about how we think about being human so that we can stop having rules that protect excess space over the needs of life force. This is fundamentally the case, that across this nation we have enough. We have enough money, we have enough space, we have enough food. We just have chosen to exist in systems that keep the people who need these things from the resources. Because there are people with a whole bunch of resources who are like, I need incrementally more resources. From people who don't have spare capacity. It's all very simple to pull back and change. That's what I'm trying to do. I am trying to give us a way to understand being human in a way that we use not critical thinking. You see, this is a fundamental problem. The fundamental problem is we want to talk about good thinking. We want to talk about logical, rational, best possible, global interest thinking. We call it critical thinking. Criticism, judgment, punishment, prohibition of parking. Look, it's a real serious thing here that everything about the way we've created this nation, from the Constitution onward, has been about dehumanization. At first it was, of course, flawed thinking. But then as industrialization occurred, we built a civilization for humans that treats us all like mechanized linear widgets. Humans have creativity. Humans go, here's an opportunity for me to gain the stage at the level I need. Because we need to have these discussions. We need Socratic dialogue at this moment in time more than we ever have. And as a society, because everything is now about entrepreneurship and business, and money, we are letting humans die every single day because there's a pile of resources over there that they can't get to. I'm telling you, if the people with the resources will open their minds, they will see that their own life will be better. There will be no crime if we get right livelihood straight. If we take all this big data, if we take all these resources, if we take everything that is, and we throw it all back into a pot, and we pretend like we might actually be filming on Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, where the goal is to meet our neighbors, to know what they need, to go, I don't know if you can see, there's a little right there. This is a really fundamentally smart and astute scenario that I have created. It gains positive publicity for the university. I truly think I have a shot of being the Randy Posh of staying alive. Now, right now, he is the most famous Carnegie Mellon professor for dying a young death of cancer. I have ways to talk, as a philosopher, about how we might approach solving cancer differently. This is not anything but theories and hypotheses, and we're a society that will not pay for smart thinking, for new ideas. In order to have anyone listen to you, you got to be associated with the university. You have to be the leader, the director of an institute, a center. But you see, to get to those positions, you have had to be successful in the system. I applaud that. I admire it. I respect it. All good. But what's happened in all of the ways that we have treated the systems as though they're gods. If you make it in the system, then you must be smart. Well, there are those of us who've been smart outside the system. And our perspective is absolutely priceless right now. So that's what I'm trying to do, is bring a wide platform for different perspectives through the lens of philosophy. Now, most people are absolutely absurd theoreticians. And I include PhDs in physics in this. String theory, multiple universes, all that. Fun while it lasted. Let's just say that. Great, innovative, they really did try to tie the whole thing together. As far as I'm concerned, living and thinking on Earth, I don't need to invent any new terms. I need to make compound terms of words in English that we use all the time, but that have more than one meaning. And I'll pull them together into one compound term, Life-Centric Thinking. What we're going to do is, if we start thinking about everything, there's stuff, and then there's carbon-based life. And we treat carbon-based life differently because it has different properties than stuff. Stuff stays there. Nothing's going to happen to this rock. Nothing will ever happen to this rock unless human thought and ingenuity brings massive mechanical force, maybe electrical force, maybe you got to plug in. Again, nobody's really talking to me. They're just saying no. But pick this place because there is a lamppost with an electrical outlet outdoors, some cafe tables I could pull up. There is plenty of shade. There was a porta potty until I can get the work that gives me an ID on campus, I'm being extremely rational and very reasonable about taking up unused space on a campus with no students, no professors, barely anyone, just security and facilities. That's a quote and a direct observation of mine as well. To make a documentary, to talk about all these things as I am, don't think it is in any way, shape, or form a request that deserves to be denied. But I'm willing to negotiate. Let's talk about other places to park. Let's talk about other ways to solve this dilemma. Let's just get somebody who can give me a job to call me back. Because I'm telling you, I can start a lot of real positive energy in the world as far as life-centric thinking, bringing philosophical thinking to the level of every human across all nooks and crannies of the globe. All 7.8 billion of us have to get involved to save our failing civilization. Business as usual has got to be disrupted. We pay $15 an hour when it takes $40 an hour to live in any city in this country. We've got the big data. We supposedly can do the math. Why aren't we? Well, the supposed people who are supposed to change things, the politicians, have to succeed within a system that means that the only ones who ever will get elected have money because they play in the system really well and don't challenge it. If we don't do this through the level of thinking, it's going to end up fomenting an actual serious revolution in this country. I've seen reports, and again, I don't know the statistics, but I think it's a very good number. 50 million Americans are in jeopardy of being evicted at the end of June, and I don't know what's going on. I like to stay away from the news. It's all illogical to me. It creates a great deal of stress, and I'm trying to stay alive over here. Now, the other thing I haven't officially said, and this has probably gotten really long, but we'll end with this. I couldn't walk or talk 2 years ago. I have video proof. And I hadn't been able to walk or talk for a number of years. There were no people in my life to point out how much I was losing function. It's only now looking back at a couple legacy videos that I go, I really was in trouble. And I really have, obviously, changed my energy, changed my position in the world, changed the ability for me to go out. I hadn't left my house. I mean, I really was a hermit. I was living in pandemic, shelter-in-place conditions since the end of 2010. Trying to stay away from the toxic effects of smoke and petrochemicals and pollution, and my nervous system was absolutely having an old-fashioned nervous breakdown. You know, we got rid of all of that concept at the peril. We got rid of psychiatric institutions, in a certain way good, because we weren't being very humane. But at the other point, I truly believe mental wellness, mental fitness can take away a great deal of the really ever escalating, mental health problems that we have, because they're enviro-mental. Being here on this campus, Natural Campus, meeting people, learning how to have these discussions, not in a self-referential way that are all about all my references, but learning how to pull out life-centric thinking and evolutionary logic and the math of life and talk about these things to everyone passing by. This is really, actually important for me to stay alive. And yet, here I am, as usual, trying to play by the rules and getting nowhere. Harmony.